Greetings and salutations. They thought they had a week off, Coach.
Well, he put a pass on us, didn't he?
No. Hey, look. Hello? Hey, your ass better be at work tomorrow. 7:15. Pronto. Click.
Man, I was eating last night. I got a text message. I was like, whoa. She said, what's wrong? We got to do a show tomorrow. Goodness gracious.
Yes, sir. We are back, man, with a special episode for everybody. Happy 2021, man. We're here for the NFL Wildcard Weekend predictions. I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Locke, back in August, the thought that the NFL could get through this uncertain of seasons unscathed seemed basically impossible. 256 games later, our 49ers did not make the playoffs this year. We made it to the postseason. Now, the NFL Wild Card round is here, and there are some incredible matchups that we will discuss in length, picking a winner, and Weezy will kind of figure out if they're going to cover the point spread as well. Let's kick things off, man. Saturday, January the 9th, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 12 Central. The Indianapolis Colts against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills right now 6.5-point favorites. Jeff, we'll start off things with you. Pick a winner and why, man.
I mean, I got my Benny the Butcher merch on the way. My Bills Mafia coat is in the air. We are ready for a nice playoff run now. All jokes aside, this is going to be a tough game for us. Real tough game for us. No lie. But, the Colts run game scares me to death. Like, it really does. But I think we can win this one, man. I think we can win this one in a purist game. Purist game, whether it's going to be bad, not a lot of scoring, but I got us winning this one by at least a touchdown.
Jim, one question for you is, do you believe in Josh Allen now?
I told you all in the group chat, once we beat Pittsburgh, I had nothing negative to say about Josh Allen. Then he wore the Pancho Villa merch the other day. Pancho's my guy. If anybody knows the Mafia, you know Pancho was part of the Mafia. The young man passed away from cancer. His son is a member of the Mafia right now. Like, Pancho's a great dude. So he wore that jacket. I got nothing bad to say about Josh Allen. Nothing at all.
Okay. You heard it here first. He's on all Jeff team now. Josh Allen.
Who's your pick and why, Weezy? Who you got?
My pick, I'm picking Buffalo to win just because it's at Buffalo. I don't think Indy and Phillip Rivers has ever played in the cold like that on the first round playoff game. It's very rarely, like, we're gonna be honest. This is the first time seeing Phillip Rivers in a playoff game in a while. So it's almost like he's a rookie again. And to go up in the elements in Buffalo, I don't know. They got a good defense. And Jonathan Taylor's coming on strong right now. He's coming on real strong. He had 250-yard game the last Sunday. But I'm gonna roll with Buffalo in a close one. I just don't know if they're gonna cover that 7.5 spread though. But yeah, I'm picking Buffalo in a close one just because it's at Buffalo. Like I said, Phillip Rivers this is almost like a rookie to him in the playoff game. So I'm rolling with Buffalo.
Jeff, my question before I get started, do you have a table ready?
Yeah, I got a table ready. You know what I mean? Nice little leg drop. You know, we got it ready, Coach. But I'm saving it, though. Can't do that first round of playoffs. Going through a table is definitely a Super Bowl appearance.
Got you. Okay, all right. With that being said, the Bills, man, they are rolling and they are in a groove. They've averaged 47.7 points in their final 3 regular season games, and they got a lot of offensive firepower. It's going to be close, but I don't think the Colts have anybody to contain Stephon Diggs. Indianapolis, they finished 2-4 in the regular season against teams that had a winning record, and the Bills defense is going to give Phillip Rivers fix because he's old, he's not mobile. That defense is going to get to him. Not going to be a blowout, but I think Buffalo Bills win this game in a close one and move on.
For sure, man. The Colts, they comfortably beat the Bills the last 2 times these teams have met. Indianapolis run game, like Weezy spoke on, could prosper against the Bills' rush defense. Let's keep it real. That is their Achilles heel. But Matt Barkley, looked outstanding against the Dolphins. So, listen, Matt Barkley's trash. So, here's the thing. Predictions aside, I think the Bills win 35-28 for sure. Now, Weezy, you are the Pick'em champion. Congratulations on that, my brother. Your trophy will be in the mail soon. My question for you, do the Bills cover the spread? You're on mute.
Look, my bad. I don't think the Bills will cover the spread just because it's 7.5 points. The hook is always like they might win but touchdown, but they don't mean they cover. You know what I'm saying? So that 7.5 scares me. If it goes below 7, you take the Bills. But Phillip Rivers is always good for a backdoor touchdown that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying?
The spread 6.5 though.
A spread 6.5 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still roll, but I roll Buffalo now. They'll win by a touchdown, maybe. I expect Phillip Rivers to throw a couple, at least interception, maybe a fumble or something, to set the game off. And nobody's gonna be able to defend Stephon Diggs out there. He's been running wild all year.
Yeah, man. Hey, team looks totally different. You have a true number one, Jeff. I was trying to tell you that from the beginning. Let's move right along to the second game on Saturday, January the 9th, 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Central. The Los Angeles Rams travel to Seattle. Seattle's 4.5-point favorites. Who is your winner and why, Jeff?
Ooh, I would stay far away from this game if I'm betting, Weezy. I'll let you handle that with the spreads. I think Russell Wilson finds a way to win this one, but that Rams defense is scary right now. They are clicking, and especially it matters most right now. But I will go with the Seattle Seahawks in a close one. Russell Wilson last-minute drive.
Yeah, I'm right there on the fence with you, Jeff. I don't know who's going to win this game simply because this is a division game. It's the third time playing each other. So that third time, I mean, we already know what goes on in this locker room. We know what goes on in that locker room. They played home. They played away. That team knows each other very, very well. Jalen Ramsey, he's already locked up DK one, maybe twice. Jared Goff is hurt. It's really – and their offense is not that good. Going against Russell Wilson's offense is sputtering right now against the Rams' defense. And so it can go either way. I lean towards Russell Wilson in the end just because he's the better quarterback. But he's going against a tough defense that's already played him twice. So it's going to be a good one. This is probably the best game of the wild card weekend.
The Rams, they're limping into the playoffs on the offensive side. Like you mentioned, Jared Goff has a fractured thumb. He's questionable, which means the Rams may be relying on John Wolford if Goff doesn't play. Now, the silver lining is they'll be getting another weapon back in Cooper Kupp, Jay's boy. The defense is led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, who will make the game. They'll slow it down for Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. Now, on the other side, you got Russell Wilson, who's the front runner for MVP until the last quarter of the season, basically. But he still wound up throwing 42 touchdowns, leading Seattle to over 4 touchdowns per game. Jamal Adams is questionable. That'll be big for Seattle with his shoulder injury. And they're going to be playing without the 12th man, who always makes a difference when playing in Seattle. So, with that being said, if Goff plays this game, I think the Rams will upset him. I really do. If Goff doesn't play, give me the Seattle in a close one at home.
Spicy. The Seahawks have been, and also both of these teams have been Jekyll and Hyde for the entire year. Defensively, though, the Rams are strong. Aaron Donald, best defensive player. Me and Jeff have been saying that for the last 3 years. They've allowed the least passing yards per game in the NFL, third least rushing yards. They win games because of their defense, not on the strength of Jared Goff, which I don't think will make a big difference as far as either way if he plays or if he doesn't. Now, with home field advantage with Russell Wilson, that's a game changer. It's a difference maker. I think Seattle advances because after this terrible start that they had, they held teams below 20 points in 5 of their last 6 games, man. So I don't believe the Rams offense have enough to kind of buck that trend. So I got Seattle winning 24-20. Weezy, let's talk about this point spread, man. What you got? You think they cover the spread?
Man, Jay, this game right here, I don't do this often, so take my advice. Stay away from this one. We got too many games coming on. We got too many games coming on this weekend that I got real good like indication who's gonna win and who gonna cover the spread. But this one, I don't know. So I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna sit back and watch this one. I'm not gonna play this one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Listen to the man. Let's move right along to Saturday, January the 9th, the night game, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:15 Central. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington football team. Nuts. Tampa Bay is 7.5-point favorites. Who's the winner and why, Jeff?
Man, I want to jump off the cliff on this one. But I'm going to be safe. I'm going to say the Buccaneers win, but Chase Young and that defense are ahead of schedule, and they're going to make this close. Alex Smith is not going to make the mistake. They're going to make this closer than what people think. They're going to cover that 7.5-point spread, but I'm going Tampa Bay. But they're not getting beat by 7.5 points. It's 8 points. They're not going to do that.
Man, I'm gonna disagree with Jeff on this one, man. I think this is Tom Brady. He got that team brewing on how he wants, but all those weapons are on the same page. Looks like finally, AB, Chris Godwin, Gronkowski. He got them all playing how he wants to play, and this is like Tom Brady in the playoffs. Can you go against Tom Brady in the playoffs? I can't. But and Chase Young is a beast, rookie, wearing the captain's patch on his sleeve already. But he's called out 10-1 time. I don't do that. You don't do that. You just don't do that. The young fella don't do that. Which is cool. I'm pretty sure Ron Rivera told him, "Hey, just chill out. Playoffs are different." But they limped into the playoffs last week. If Peterson wouldn't have got the call from the Mafia saying, take Jalen Hurts out the game, they wouldn't have won that game. But I'm rolling with Tom Brady all the way.
This is definitely a feel-good story. You got Ron Rivera, who battled through cancer to be able to coach. Alex Smith returning from the life-threatening foot injury, leg injury, if you want to call it, back in 2018. So they've overcome a lot in Washington. They had the owner who was disastrous. They changed the name to the Washington football team, which is long overdue. But the Bucs have too much. They got Tom Brady. His experience will win this game. He ended up throwing 40 touchdowns for 4,600 yards in the season. AB is getting his footing back. Mike Evans is hungry because this is going to be his first playoff appearance, so he's ready to go, and he wants to make a statement. And I expect him to have a big game in this. So with that, give me the Bucs easily. I think they cover that 7.5 points for sure.
The NFC East has been the laughingstock of the entire NFL season. I think Washington's defense, like Jeff said, are ahead of schedule, and they have the capability to hold Tom Brady and that Tampa Bay offense to a low-scoring affair. But I don't think Alex Smith is enough to get it done. Even if Washington kind of leans on the ground game with Antonio Gibson, the Buccaneers have allowed the fewest rushing yards per game in the NFL this season. So I just don't see it happening. I got the Bucs winning by at least 12, 31, 32, 20, something like that. Wheezy, what's up with this point spread? What you thinking?
But this is one I feel pretty comfortable about. I've already put a little wager in on this one myself. I took Tampa Bay. I think Todd Bowles, not because of just Tom Brady. Todd Bowles is gonna have that defense rolling. Them corners are looking good, and he's gonna make Alex Smith move out the pocket. Once he starts moving, he can throw the ball anywhere. He's not healthy either. Alex Smith is not completely healthy. You don't want to go into the playoffs not being complete. All right, like Jay said, they got there on a prayer. I'm expecting Tom Brady to blow him out. Maybe 10, 12 points. Maybe 14, 2 touchdowns.
All right. Let's move on to the Sunday games. Sunday, January the 10th, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 12 Central. Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. The Ravens, 3.5-point favorites. Who's the winner and why, Jeff?
Can't believe the Ravens are favorites in this game. But if it's in you, Lamar Jackson, it better show this weekend. Because if not, it's going to get real loud on is he really worth it? Just going to be honest. No more excuses at this point. I'm taking the Ravens in this game, but it's rough. And Derrick Henry should probably be MVP, if we're going to be honest. He should probably be MVP. But give me the Ravens.
I can't agree with Jeff on that. I can't pick against my boys. This game right here, like it's like they finally clicked in Jim Harbaugh's mind that, you know what? Let's let Lamar be Lamar. Let's let him take off and let him do what he do. Forget all this, trying to make him a drop back passer. Which I said from the beginning, I said, man, they let Lamar be what he's supposed to be. They'll be fine. That's what they start doing. And all of a sudden he rushed for 1,000 yards and top 10 in rushing in the NFL. He's number 9 rushing in the NFL. That's crazy as a quarterback. At the end of the day, Titans defense suck. We're bad. Like, pick up Smith bad. They bad. They bad. And Derrick Henry is the life of our team, but somehow, some way, Derrick Henry he rushes under 100 yards every time we play Baltimore. So Arthur Smith going to pull one. Our offensive coordinator, he's going to pull one out of his head on that one. I think it'll be a close game, a real close game. I make my prediction later on in this one.
Derrick Henry, like everybody's mentioned so far, went for over 2,000 yards on the ground during a regular season. But like Weezy mentioned, the Titans have concerns heading to the playoffs, which is their defense. Their secondary is horrendous. They gave up 29 second points in the second half to the Texans and Deshaun Watson, and they've given up 78 points over the past 2 games. That's too many points to give up to win a game. The Ravens, they come to the playoffs hot. They're running off 5 consecutive wins, averaging 37.2 points during that span. I just don't see the Titans defense being able to stop Lamar Jackson and the company and promising it's going to be a high score. It's going to be a high scoring game because the Titans don't play any defense and they're going to have to try to keep up with Baltimore. But I'm going to go with a close one and go with the Ravens. Moving on.
Yep. In a battle of the league's 2 most potent rushing offenses, the Titans won the last 2 times these teams have battled out. Surprised the Ravens postseason just a year ago. Home field advantage, I think, could be the difference maker. However, the Ravens won in Tennessee the last time they traveled there. I think the Ravens have clearly the defensive edge in this game, top 10 unit against the run. I think the Titans have a clear struggle to contain anyone, as evidenced in their last couple of games. Man, Titans are special right now at home. Give me the Titans winning 31-28. Weezy, what's up with this point spread?
All right, we're gonna leave this point spread alone on this one. We're gonna take the over on this one, 54.5. We're just gonna hope for points. That's our best. That's our best chance of making a lot of money in this game. We're just gonna hope for points. I think we'll get there unless they put the fix in. All of a sudden, we see some 3 and outs on both sides, and they'll put the fix in. But other than turnovers, I think we get a lot of points. I'm rolling with the over on this
one. Heard you. Let's move right along to the next game. What's that?
The Titans going to have fans at this game, right?
Yeah, we're going to be half capacity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Let's move on to the next game, Sunday, January the 10th, 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Central. The Chicago Bears travel to New Orleans. The Saints are 9.5-point favorites. Who's the winner and why, Jeff?
Chicago. Chicago pulls the upset. Give me Trubisky. Give me that offense. Give me Montgomery. Chicago pulls the upset. It's over with. Blue gun, Drew Brees.
Hey, I can't really go. Jeff might be on something like that because everybody thinks it's going to be a blowout. The quarterback situation is Drew Brees is clearly better career-wise, but he hasn't been playing that well. He hasn't been playing like Drew Brees over the last couple of games. The Bears defense, Khalil Mack's still there. So, I mean, they have a shot. Trubisky's been playing pretty good. They have a shot. I don't think it'll be a blowout. And I'm telling you, in that dome has not been the same since they can't have fans there. So it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same atmosphere. I like the Saints in a very close game, maybe a last-second field goal or something. Mike Thomas ain't doing nothing. He might be the biggest letdown of the year this year, Michael Thomas. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Saints in a close one.
Chicago finished the regular year losing 6 of 7 games against teams with winning records. They lost to the Lions and barely made the playoffs after losing the final game of the season to the Packers, but they made the playoffs largely because the Texans and the Jaguars were so bad. But people forget, Chicago, they started off the season 5 wins. They were looking great at 5-1. then it went all downhill. Now, the Saints, they pretty much know this is their last chance to win the Super Bowl because Breeze probably is going to retire at the end of this season. So they are hungry, especially when they have been favorites the last few years to get to the Super Bowl game. A few bad mistakes or situations hurt them from doing that. The Saints will have to contain David Montgomery and make Mitch Trubisky beat them, which won't be the answer for the Bears. Alvin Kamara will get off and have a big game, and the Saints will squeeze by and beat the Bears in a close one.
Sadly for the Bears fans, this roller coaster stops here for Mitchell Trubisky and company. The Bears lost their last 6 games against the Saints, including an overtime loss earlier this year. You got to go back to 2005 to find a Chicago win in New Orleans. Now, granted, there are no fans there. What Weezy mentioned, it is a definite advantage when you have fans in that dome. But the Bears' defense has been impressive this entire season. A struggle to hold that Saints offense. Scored at least 20 points in every game this year. Even with Taysom Hill, they were able to score points. They also have one of the best defensive units in the NFL, holding teams under 10 points per game in 4 times this season. Give me the Saints, man. 31-21. Weezy, point spread, what we doing?
I think we're going to roll with the Bears on this one in the close game. Everybody thinks it's going to be a blowout. I think Bears defense keep it close. Keep it close, man. Alvin Kamara hasn't been cleared yet. He hasn't been cleared yet. That's a big key. And he didn't play last week. You know, he can't. It's hard to just turn it on, turn it off. I know it's the playoffs, but he didn't play last week, so pretty much he ain't played in 2 weeks.
It's true. It's a great point.
So here we go. I think the Bears keep it close.
Right. The last game, the granddaddy of them all, Sunday, January 10th, 8:15 p.m., 7:15 Central. The Cleveland Browns travel to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh are 4-point favorites. Who is the winner and why? The last wild card game, Jeff.
Here's your blowout. This is your blowout. Pittsburgh in a blowout. Cleveland's not going to have a coach, and not to know who knows who else from Cleveland may not be able to play. It sucks that we're living through a pandemic, and this is going to play a factor into the playoffs. But Cleveland's not going to be Cleveland because of a pandemic. So give me Pittsburgh in a rout.
Yeah, the odds just not on Cleveland's side right now, man. I'm happy in the playoffs first time in 17 years, but let's just think about it. Like, you know, they're playing against Pittsburgh, and people seem to forget this is another AFC team. I mean, AFC North team playing against another AFC North team. This will be their 3rd time playing. They played each other last week. And not only that is Pittsburgh played their backups last week, and the Browns barely beat them. So, you know, Coach, what's the Pittsburgh's coach name? I'm having a brain fog.
Tomlin.
Yeah, Coach Tomlin he already knew if he lost that game, it didn't mean nothing because they're going to play him again. So I think Pittsburgh could blow him out. Big Ben could come show out and blow him out. If that Austin Duke can catch the football, the wide receiver, my goodness.
No one has more bad luck than the Browns, man. If it wasn't for bad luck, they wouldn't have any luck at all. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2002 when they finally get their COVID tackles the locker room. Like you mentioned, the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is out. At least 2 players are out for sure, including 1 Pro Bowler left guard, Joel Bitonio. And the tight end coach is out. The DB coach is out. If that isn't enough, they already going to be without defensive end Oliver Vernon, who tore his Achilles a week ago. It's not good for Cleveland. Pittsburgh started off the year like they were going to run through everyone. Then Ben started throwing picks like he was giving out money. And the Steelers lost 4 or 5 to end the season after starting 11-0. With that being said, the Browns not having a head coach who was the signal caller, they won't be able to do anything. Mike Tomlin and the experience of the Steelers will get them past them, and they'll win this game.
Hey, man, you know the Steelers lost 4 of their last 5 games, right? And it feels like a trap to bet against them based on these performances. There's no doubt that they're not as convincing as their record suggests. I get that. With the Browns, though, they can be infuriating. I think they're getting healthy at the right time. Baker Mayfield fluctuates between brilliant and very mediocre from week to week. Nick Chubb, very consistent. I think he can be the hero. I got the Browns winning 35-28, man. What's his point spread looking like, Weezy?
You know what, Jay? I haven't looked at this one, but if you think that you should probably take the money line and just win you a whole bunch of money if they win. Just take the money line. But I'm not gonna play this one, man. I don't like playing them division games and play each other 3 times. I ain't gonna play this one. I'm gonna sit this one out because everything's stacked against Cleveland, and all of a sudden, everybody's betting all the money's on Pittsburgh. We know what usually happens, right? Cleveland wins and everybody loses. So, Jay, I might put a little something on the money line and donate all the proceeds to FSP.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Use 24/7.
They 6-point favorites now too.
6 point.
Pittsburgh.
See,
I'm saying, just use the 24/7 app. FSP 100. Ding.
Match it.
Matching dollar for dollar, man. That is our NFL wild card weekend prediction. We couldn't do this. We couldn't have y'all without our predictions. You guys wouldn't have heard this. You guys would have heard it late. Get a lot of hate mail about hearing stuff late. So we're early. Congratulations. We're starting 2021 the right way. I appreciate everybody pulling up. What's up, guys?
We had to call them into the office. We had to tell them, hey, man, come on in the office. We need you in here.
Early. Just a little early. Hey, listen, you had the whole weekend, though. An entire weekend to watch college football. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, starting out the new year, dog. Let's get it, fellas. Yeah, thank you for joining. Guess what? We'll be back on Monday.
Damn right. Because guess what you forgot to tell them how we doing it?
What's that?
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know.
Better damn believe.
That's right. That is. Hey, that's how we do it. We appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Y'all have a nice rest of the week and enjoy some football.
And don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
That the revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
The revolution will be podcasted.